go.
Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for a series, a favourite of mine, a regeneration, or if you like, of a series, a real favourite of mine. This is of course the FIFA 15 show, the series where I take you through all sorts of news and updates relating to EA Sports and the new release of FIFA 15 in late September. So last year, as my really old subscribers will know, Jesus Christ, if you remember this series, you've been around for a long time, and I take my hat off to you guys, because you're just bosses if you are. Nevertheless, the rest of you are bosses, obviously, as well. But still, this is, of course, the series where I go through all sorts of updates from FIFA 15, and, of course, this being the first episode, we've got all sorts of shenanigans that have happened over the summer that EA have announced. So we're going to start off with the first of the things, not quite the most important thing that's been announced over the last few months, but the first thing that was to happen, and that was the E3 trailer. Now, this announced all sorts of features to do with the gameplay, not to do with game mode, but certainly to do with gameplay. It was considered quite boring stuff, and stuff that really didn't, add to the game at all. In my opinion, it really will add to the game, make it a lot more realistic. I do, however, think if this is all they're going to do, then obviously this is going to be a huge problem. So what I'm going to go through first, then, is the new features that they announced in that E3 trailer. So first of all, we've got the visuals, and that is moving goalposts, corner flags, hair, and shirts. So you'll have hair blowing in the breeze, you'll have corner flags moving down when a ball hits them, and goalposts rattling when a ball strikes it rather hard on the crossbar. Now that is a very small thing, but again it makes it a lot more realistic, and actually probably quite, not more fun to play, but it just gets rid of that whole zone of, oh, that doesn't make sense sort of thing that you do often get when you're playing FIFA. You've got breathing AI, so you actually see their chest moving when they're breathing. And moving advertisement boards, again, not, a huge thing, but just adds to the realism. You probably won't even notice it in a game. But it would probably make montages quite cool if you could see the person actually breathing, especially Ronaldo going for a free kick and bloody blah. But the main one was pitch and kit deformation, especially in the rain, muddy conditions as well, when you're going in for slide tackles, the grass starts to churn up a little bit, which again is more realistic, and I quite like that. We're going to get to the ones that I prefer a little bit more in a moment, but first of all, AI emotion. Now this is quite a good one actually. If it's pulled off, because a lot of the time EA go for these promises and things that sound really cool, and AI emotion does sound quite cool. Imagine if a player ended up getting challenged, didn't really like it, and then got their own back on that exact player later on in the game. I mean, that would be quite cool. Quite fun to watch as well when your AI players are flying into challenges based on revenge. So this depends on the match context. So if they're losing, obviously there'll be a lot of sadness when you concede a late goal, or when a striker misses a sitter, they'll go down on knees and just flop to the floor in utter just horror of the fact that Fernando Torres has probably missed a sitter. And then also we've got the fact that this is going to be elation when there's a late goal score. Now this, to an extent, does happen. You get the commentators going wild, the crowd just sort of lifts a little bit on FIFA 14, but it's not really enough. And I think, from what I can tell, you're going to have players sprinting around all over the place if they score a last-minute winner. After that, we've got crowd chants and group celebrations. Now, forget crowd chants, although they do come to life, which is cool. According to the E3 trailer, if it does look how it is portrayed in the trailer, then the crowd do look incredible. Not just 2D pixelated figures as they have been on FIFA in the past. They do have their own shape, bodily shape, 3D. You're really going for it as crowd members do, as fans do. But group celebrations is something that I've been wanting for so long. It's nothing even remotely big, but it's just so annoying that you can only celebrate with one player on this current FIFA, and then the rest just sort of punch the air behind them or do a random knee slide. So you can actually have proper 10-man group celebrations. I would assume that would be a situation where the later the goal, or the more important the goal, the more people got involved in that group celebration, jumping around all sorts. This is added to by the fact that we've got more realistic replay system, and I'm going to assume that the cinematics that you get when a player scores a goal will also be more realistic and more like real life, I would assume, as well. So after that, we've got last man defenders will make better decisions. This is again going for AI intelligence and the such like. I've already established, and I'm sure most other YouTubers and just FIFA players in general have established, that AI intelligence doesn't really exist yet on this game, particularly. They're still rather stupid from time to time, especially in the rain for some reason. But one thing I did notice was actually last man defenders, they just charge at the person who has the ball, and then it's easy to do, you know, a through ball or an over-top through ball. They'll apparently make better decisions, wait for a little bit of backup, and just try and pressurise the attacker, sorry, instead of just making a wild dive in to try and tackle them. They've got situational awareness, which is pretty much the same as before. Again, depends on the context, and actually the fixture as well, so I'm assuming that'll be if you're playing a bigger team that you don't expect to beat. You'll have strategies like parking the bus. I hope it's not quite as sort of as dramatic as that sounds, and you know, properly the AI just park the bus, because that wouldn't be very fun to play against. And it does happen, you know, time and occasionally on this game, but it's not really that noticeable. It's more noticeable when the AI try to go and attack if they're behind late on in the game as opposed to defending. So I'm really hoping that isn't a very OP thing if they're going to start parking the bus and wasting time. And that's pretty much it really when it comes to the features that were announced by the E3 trailer. I'm just going to breeze through some of the other things now because I've talked about that for 6 minutes now, so I'm going to come back down and talk about a few other things. And the next big thing, really, the only other big thing that's been announced, so far, is EA Access. Now this is yet another thing that is only going to be on Xbox One. It's exclusive to Xbox One. Yet again, EA have gone for this decisive nature of partnership in terms of consoles, as my phone goes off in the background, and they've chosen Xbox One. And unfortunately for PS4 players, when it comes to the next gen, they just don't get the features like Legends, which has also been announced, yet again will only be Xbox One exclusive on FIFA 15, which is again, it's even frustrating for me. I'm not a PlayStation player, but it's just frustrating for me. You know, you have huge market values on PS4 when it's compared to Xbox One. No Legends, and now no EA Access. Now I'll explain what this is. It's basically a more it replaces the season ticket basically. So if you know how you have the season ticket on current gen, it's again more console biased. Again, preferability towards Xbox One, but it basically replaces the season ticket, which isn't available. Sorry, on next gen. Again, Sony PS4 or Sony/PS4, the PlayStation company actually passed up the opportunity to have this. Now, for me, that would probably suggest that actually it's not going to be as amazing as it should be, although I do think that the consumer should get the choice as to whether they're going to get it, as opposed to the console making the consumer's decision for them. So I think that if, you know, the person said, oh, actually I don't want EA Access, they should at least be given the choice by PlayStation 4. Obviously you don't have to get it with Xbox One, but you can do. So with PS4 they've passed up the opportunity. I suppose it's biased in the direction of Xbox One, but PlayStation did have the chance to, and they decided not to. Anyway, in terms of price, we're going to be having $4.99 per month, or $29.99 annually. Now I don't know what that is converted into pounds, I'm afraid to say, but I assume it'll be something like £3 per month and about £20 per year, something like that. So not a huge amount, but when you go through the features, it doesn't seem like a huge amount you'll be getting with the EA Access. I'll just go through some of the features that you get. So it gives you trials of EA games 5 days early. So that's quite a good thing, but you don't get the actual game early like I think you used to on the season ticket. You also get this thing called the Vault, which lets you access classic EA releases ready to download and play at any time for free, which is quite nice. That'll be classic, NBA games, all those sorts of things, Tekken, FIFAs, all sorts of stuff. And plus, you also get a 10% discount on digital content like EA FIFA points, like for opening packs, and other little codes on various other EA releases. So it sounds like a decent amount, but for £3-ish a month, I don't think I would get it personally. I think you may get. Wait, no, it's if you pre-order, you get 40 packs you get 1 pack per month, I think, or is it? No, 1 pack per week. Sorry, is what I was trying to say. 40 packs over 40 weeks, but that's only if you pre-order. So the EA Access gives you nothing compared to packs. But it's okay. I just don't think it's really worth what it is, and of course, it's only Xbox One exclusive. So this next thing is more FIFA 14 news. Sorry, Romario is out of packs. Now that was because of a licensing issue with the Legend, with his company, with his agents and stuff. So his Legend card is now out of packs, but still available on FIFA 14. And I can only assume that means he won't be a Legend on FIFA 15 as well. Now I don't know if they're going to announce a whole new batch of Legends for FIFA 15, but I can only assume they'll keep some of the ones they've got now for next time. I think it's fair to say Romario, however, will not be one of them. Meanwhile, Syria has been licensed. You'd expect that. The North American cover has been announced. I'll show you that in the next episode, actually. Or shall I? No, I'll put a little a screenshot on the screen. The North American cover star is Clint Dempsey of the Seattle Sounders, with the world global star, who is of course Lionel Messi. The Australian cover star will be Tim Cahill, but a cover of that has not been announced yet, so I will get a screenshot of that when that is available to get. Legends will remain as an Xbox exclusive, as I have mentioned, and I also mentioned with Romario. And finally, the release date of the game, possibly one of the most important things actually, is going to be the 23rd of September. It seems to get earlier every single year, and it has it this time as well. It's the 23rd of September, as per usual. It's been quite a long episode of the FIFA 15 show, so I will end it here. It's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy this new series, or old series, really. But yeah, hopefully you guys haven't, a lot of you guys haven't seen this series in its previous vein, or its previous guise, so hopefully you will enjoy this new series for you guys, but old series for those who remember the FIFA 14 show nevertheless. It's been an absolute pleasure ranting at you guys today, as I previously mentioned. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, comment about enjoying it if you enjoyed that much, and tell me if you have any news that you would like to share as well that I can put in the next episode. So have a good day, guys, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.